Hey, what's happening? This internet thing seems to be doing pretty well. And, on the topic of the internet, I had a bit of a reevaluation of things, really, in general. And, at uni today, we were looking into, Nietzsche and his philosophies of, I guess, existence versus living, and how one must have the will to power. Power can come in many forms, so don't get me when I'm trying to say that I'm looking for Mr. Howard's job or Mr. Rudd's job as it is now, but the general sense of power and the fact of having control over something and having a presence and an existence that transcends purely me living and breathing and eating and sleeping. You know, the pure sustenance of life is no longer what we strive for. We strive to attain something that's better. And kind of just looking at how people go about achieving greatness and get more success and become someone that's recognized by other people. And I think it's really important to not just look externally at others, but to really assess ourselves and what we value. And I think I value a lot of things that others might not value. I value being someone and, you know, material possessions, not for the possessions themselves in an external sort of manner, but having possessions to have experiences, to experience life in order to live it, to know what the real world is. And I just think that a lot more people around me seem to be happy with mediocrity. And when I say mediocrity, I mean they seem to be happy to take existence over a full life. They do the standard thing and they follow the generic pattern. And I don't get the drive for that. Like, I might not always be focused on achieving greatness, but somewhere within me, be it in my subconscious or an underlying trait that I've picked up from somewhere, I have this desire, this burning need to be something, anything that might be. And I sure have some harebrained ideas about, you know, what I could do to become someone and how I could be someone and what level I would have to get to before I could be comfortable in the fact that I am someone. I just think that there's so much that we do that we don't realise why we're doing it, and when we get to moments like this where we do stop and reevaluate, it's amazing what we discover about ourselves and what we discover about other people. I don't really know what the point of this video is, but I'm making it purely for my own sake, and if someone on the other end happens to be watching and wants to comment, subscribe, I may, you know, make a regular deal of random rants in philosophy and ideas and contexts and points that brings up. But I'm kind of restricted to time, whereas our lectures are 2 hours of deep assessment of things that are both interior and exterior to, you know, human society and existence. I think that more people really need to stop and consider that there are other ideas and other philosophies, and we seem to be just so force-fed these days into everything that we don't stop and contemplate and analyse things. We no longer see the need to. We take things on face value, and we move so fast through them that we take them, accept them, deny them, and move on. That's the only thing we can do if we want to stay above the tide. And I think that, you know, this constant, we're being fed all this information so quickly that we don't understand what it means anymore, and we're no longer in a rational state of being. We're in we're in a rationally induced spasm of being. We act upon impulse based on what we feel to be rational. And we no longer stop and consider why we do these things. They're just an inherent, ingrained trait that we have as humans, and we move through them, and we don't analyse anything anymore. No one writes and reads and does a deep thought. I mean, think about the last time you sat down with someone to discuss philosophy, purely for something to do because something happened that made you reconsider and stop. And I guess this is what my video is about. It's about me wanting to explore but not knowing where to begin, because the world no longer seems to want us to. There are other people that go out on the limb and they do develop different ideas about our world, but they're not mainstream. They're not seen as important people, and they're not given the place that they should be. So I guess I just want to make aware the fact that this is what I'm looking for, and I want people out there that may find this video to come to me with their ideas, be they the same as mine, contrasting to mine, completely unrelated to mine. I don't care. An idea is an idea that should be treated as something important, whatever its nature, whatever its position. And I just want to hear from other people what they think about the idea. So yeah, send me a response via comment or video. Thanks.